Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Sophie. In case you're new here, thank you so much for stopping by. So today I have a very interesting video for you guys. It's interesting because guys, the Met Ball just happened. Now, I don't know about you guys, but well, I just happen to be a very big fashion lover and I always wait for the Met Gala. The Met Ball is one of the most amazing events ever. I usually really wait for the red carpet moment because every single thing that everybody shows up in usually just has a way of blowing my mind. I mean, I watch the Oscars red carpet, I watch the Grammys red carpet, I watch every single red carpet that I can possibly watch because I'm usually so interested in seeing what everybody is wearing, but nothing comes close to the Met Ball just because every single thing that everybody shows up in is usually so, you know, so carefully thought about. It's a themed kind of event. I'm usually just waiting to see, you know, what people are wearing. Now, unfortunately, by the time this video goes up, it's gonna be like a week or two after the Met Ball because I first of all have to upload the cake at a fair. It's an event I attended last month and I have so much footage of it, and the longer I stay with it, the more I feel like editing it. So I'll put that up first before I can put this commentary, but better late than never, right? So without further ado, let's get straight into it. So the theme for this year's Met Ball was camp. I actually didn't know the meaning of camp because, well, the only camping we know is tents, fires, sleeping outside and all that, but apparently camp has a different meaning, and after what the celebrities showed up in, it pretty much just goes to say it's an over-the-top kind of look. So let's get straight into the looks. Now, the first look that I absolutely loved was Lady Gaga's, obviously. So Gaga was the first to arrive at the red carpet and she definitely opened the show. It was amazing. I really love that she brought like theater and art with her. She was wearing this very beautiful big gown by Brandon Maxwell. I really loved everything about it. The train was so big, so long, and she didn't come alone. I mean, with such a train, you can barely walk alone. She came with a group of men dressed in tuxedos and carrying umbrellas, and they were there dancing around with her, carrying her dress, throwing it up like it's a parachute, and she was just there for it. She looked like she was enjoying every single moment of it. I loved her makeup. I mean, the extension on her lashes were amazing and it was just perfection. Gaga is just somebody who really understood the theme and she brought it. She had this amazing bow on her hair. It was pink just to match her dress, and I just really loved it so much. So just when I thought I had seen Gaga's entire look, she stripped the pink dress and revealed a black strapless gown that was equally amazing, and she went on to carry her umbrella with that, and it looked so nice and so old school and so dramatic, and she went up the stairs looking gorgeous. Again, it was just amazing. And then when we thought we had seen it all, she stripped it down again to reveal a spaghetti strap pink dress. Like, I think her theme for that day was just pink and black, and the dress was so nice. It was more old school, and that would probably explain why her props for that particular number was a phone, like a very old school phone, and she was there, you know, acting like she's picking a call, like the longest call ever. She went up the stairs again, came back down, and then finally she stripped down again to just reveal her lingerie in true Gaga style. She was wearing this lingerie, black in color, with the stockings and boots that were like pretty much the highest boots I've ever seen in my entire life. They were so high, but she managed to walk in them so gracefully, so nicely, and she put up the show for as long as she did. Guys, Gaga was up there for like 16 minutes, and for every single minute she was up there, I enjoyed it. It was a show, she brought it, and we expected nothing less. I mean, after what she wore for those other award ceremonies, of course we expected the best for the Met Gala, and you remember her for so many things. She's won MET before to the Met Ball, so of course she was going to give us something different again this time. After Gaga's performance and entrance at the Met Ball red carpet, I started wondering, now when somebody opens a show like this, how are you supposed to even follow? You know, you'd be scared. I mean, she's done the most. I was like, she has taken the show, she has stolen it, and she just ran away with it. But then Celine Dion arrives looking like a goddess. She came wearing this dress that was just, I don't know if I can call it goldish, but the dress was amazing. She looked so good. Now, she didn't wear a long gown, but she wore this kind of fringy dress. It was so nice, and I loved the leg action. Like, she looks so good for her age. And I just thought, these guys who are bashing her some months back, she's very thin, she's too thin in fact, like, what's wrong with those people? She looks incredible. And I just figured people have double standards. The same people who fat shame people are the same ones who are thin shaming her. So she brought it in true Las Vegas style. I mean, she performed for so long in Las Vegas. I don't know if she still does that, but she just brought the show to the red carpet, maybe differently from what Gaga did. I mean, Gaga was Gaga, but then Celine Dion just brought her majestic goddess self. Gosh, these dresses, I think, take forever to prepare, but then it's worth it, because it's something you just wear once and you're supposed to make a statement with it, and then it goes to some museum somewhere. So after Celine Dion, Cardi B arrives, and I was like, my gosh, I love it. It's like, it's almost as if she came saying, oh, people, you do know that this show cannot shut down before my arrival, don't you? And that's exactly what I expected Cardi B to bring to us at the Met Ball. I mean, her dress was also amazing. It was this wine red color with such a long train, and I loved every single detail on the train of the dress. And she had this headpiece, I don't know how to call it, but it was more like a headpiece, and the dress had all these feathery details. It was just so nice, and my goodness, I just loved it. And she also brought in some theatrics. It was like saying, Gaga, you're not the only person who can, who can bring it. I'm sure they're not competing. I'm just saying, it's almost as if the dress said that. And she was wearing Tom Brown, if I'm not wrong. It fit her perfectly, and she also came with an entourage. Of course, she needed one, because that dress, there's a way that it just needs to be handled, and she handled it very well. And Cardi B is just a showstopper. Like last year, she was at the Met Gala pregnant, and she still pulled off a very beautiful look. So this year, not being pregnant was probably easier for her. So that was another one of my favorites. And then after Cardi B, Zendaya Coleman arrived. Zendaya brought it. She brought magic to the carpet. Her dress had batteries and all this electricity. It lit up literally. And then her stylist was her fairy godmother. The stylist just had this wand which he waved, and it just, it had this smoke kind of detail. I don't know what to call it, but it looked like smoke, and it was just so beautiful. And when she went up the stairs, she of course lost the slipper, just like Cinderella did, and it was beautiful. And I'm a big fan of Zendaya. I love how she dresses on the street. I love her, her style, whether it's street style, whether it's on the red carpet. She always brings it. She's a beautiful, tall, slender girl, and a lot of things work for her body. I'll just say that. And whoever dresses her does a very good job, because she's such a wonderful muse to have as a stylist, I believe, because who wouldn't want to dress up such a pretty girl? So Zendaya's look was another one amongst my favorites. And then there was a Ciara. Oh my goodness. Ciara's body, first of all, is to die for. She looks amazing. She doesn't even look like she has kids. She showed up in this very nice green dress that I absolutely loved, and she matched her shoes with her dress. It was just a green dress with some green shoes. But what I loved the most about her look was her hair. Oh my goodness, it was so nice. She looked like an African queen. I mean, the hair was all nice and kinky, kind of like our African hair, but then it was big and just well put together, and she looked amazing. I mean, hands down, the design, the cutout on the dress, the design of the dress, everything just fit her body so perfectly, and she walked that red carpet with so much grace, and I really loved it. So the next look that I also really loved was Lupita Nyong'o. Hey, you guys, our sister Lupita. I'm just going to be Kenyan and Luo like that and say our sister Lupita. She's Kenyan. So she showed up at the red carpet looking all kinds of amazing. I loved the color of her dress. I loved the entire detail around, like all the color that she came in. She reminded me of a peacock, but just a very beautiful peacock. She looked good, she looked nice, everything. The colors were so great on her skin. The dress fit her figure so perfectly. It wasn't so puffed up. It was more simple in its cut, but it just rocked. She looked so bomb. And I don't know, Lupita really gets it wrong on the red carpet. I just love most of her looks, if not all of them, and I just love that she's making us all so proud. She's had an amazing career in Hollywood. I mean, it's very interesting that just some years back, when I was still, I think, in high school, I first watched her on Sugar, and now she's, you know, she's this Hollywood star. Who would have known? I mean, no wonder she said, no matter where you're from, your dreams are valid. But yes, now she can even grace the Met Ball. She graces many other events, and she's always a darling on the red carpet. I loved her hair as well. You know, we started seeing Lupita as a bald head, but then with time she has managed to do stuff with her hair, which is all good. I mean, don't get me wrong, I loved her hair short. I really loved it. I even miss it, but she can pull off anything. She's just a beautiful woman, and I really love what she came with to the red carpet. And then there was Laverne Cox. Oh my goodness, you guys, I love Laverne Cox so much. She just has a way of bringing the show. So I heard it was her first time at the Met Ball, and I really love how she pulled it off. She came in a black gown. That's something, like, out of every single outfit that everybody wore to the Met Ball, I think that's one that I could wear if I had the chance to. It was like, the cut was so elegant, it was so nice, it was so, it was just perfect. The black and how she posed in the dress, everything looked so good. And I just love that she believes in herself so much. You know, she's transgender, so sometimes it's hard for you to, you know, get into character, into, you know, the full womanhood kind of thing, because she was born a guy, but then she has managed to do it so well over the years. And I don't know if you guys watched the lip sync battle, but she was once there and she did a whole Beyonce dance, and I'm so sure that wherever Beyonce was, and if she watched it, she was so proud. Like, this woman can do no wrong. She knows how to bring the show. That's what I'm trying to say, and she brought it perfectly. The next outfit I really loved was Kendall Jenner's. Let me just start by saying Kendall is my favorite amongst her entire family when it comes to fashion, simply because I can literally wear everything she wears. I mean, street style, that is, except of course the short stuff, because I don't like wearing short stuff, but then it doesn't mean she doesn't look good in them. I love everything she wears. When it comes to the red carpet, she takes big risks, and I love that. And this year at the Met Ball, she decided to wear this very beautiful orange feathery dress. I think it was by Versace, like Donatella Versace. She arrived with her sister Kylie. Kylie was wearing purple, she was in orange, but I think her orange gown just overshadowed Kylie's, in my opinion. I don't know what you guys think, but in my opinion, the color of that dress just lit up the entire carpet. It was so nice. I love how beautiful she looked, and she's a gorgeous girl naturally. She doesn't wear too much jewelry or too much makeup. She doesn't need to wear that much makeup, but she still always looks good. She was just born beautiful, and her gown was amazing. I loved all the feathers there, and it just fit her body so perfectly. So next up is J-Lo. Oh my goodness, there's something about this woman that we all just don't get. She ages backwards. She doesn't have a single wrinkle. She looks amazing. J-Lo is pretty much twice my age. I'm 25, she's 50, but she can still give me a run for my money. Her skin is better than mine. Her body is banging. She looks amazing. She has 2 kids. She's a mom. She's a star. She does it all, and she just doesn't seem to age. I don't know how she does it, but she does it somehow. So she arrived in whatever, like, in this very, it also looked a bit fringy like Celine Dion's, but it was amazing. I loved the headpiece she had, and at some point Aaron, her fiance, just had to step back and just let J-Lo have her moment, because I mean, when she wears a dress, she wears a dress. The slit was nice and high. She loves to do these high slits, and they are perfect on her. Like, there was so much leg action, and I loved it, just like I loved Celine Dion's. Her dress was a beautiful color. The plunging neckline was amazing on her. She just never gets it wrong. Like, we see her on so many red carpets, and she's just always looking good. And then there was Katy Perry. I don't know how she did it, but she managed to walk around with a chandelier. Like, she was a lit up chandelier at the Met Ball. I really loved what she was wearing. The little sparkly dress underneath was amazing, and I loved the chandelier piece on her head and around her body, her shoes. Everything just came out so perfectly. And the entire time I was wondering, how on earth does somebody manage to pull that off? I mean, it was fantastic in every sense of the word. I loved what she was wearing. It was so beautiful. She went out of the box. I mean, okay, Katy Perry kind of does it very often, just like Cardi B and Gaga, but this was just, it blew my mind away. I didn't expect it. And then next up is Gemma Chan. Gemma looked so good. I mean, I think this was her first time at the Met Ball, but then I could be wrong. I'm not too sure. She brought it. Everything was just so perfect on her. Her dress fit her body so nicely. It looked more like a cape, but it was a nice cape to be wearing. I mean, I loved her look so much. And then the other people who also looked perfect on the red carpet, they looked good on the red carpet. I just can't go into details of their outfits because I don't want to make this video longer than it already is. I'm sure it's so long by now. But then there was, you know, Hailey Baldwin and many others. But let me just mention a few guys here, a few men, because I feel like we rarely talk about the guys on the red carpet. But then there was Jared Leto. I think he was dressed in Gucci. If I'm not wrong, it was a Gucci outfit. He carried his own head, like a structure that looked like him exactly, in his hand, and he was wearing a reddish robe, and he just brought it. And then there was Billy Porter. Billy Porter, this guy is going to show us things. Like, a few months ago, he arrived in a tuxedo dress at the red carpet, something we had never seen before. And then this time he arrives at the Met Ball on a throne looking like gold itself. He was dripping of gold, and it was so good. I really loved what he was wearing. Not because it was that nice or pretty or whatnot. It's just that it was out of the box. It's something that I would have never expected, and I loved that about it. So that is what I thought about the Met Gala 2019. I loved it. So thank you so much for stopping by. Let me know what you guys thought about the Met Gala 2019 and who your favorite looks were. My favorites from this year were Cardi B, Gaga, and of course Zendaya Coleman. I can't pick a favorite amongst those three. And last year was Rihanna and Blake Lively. I still couldn't pick amongst between the two of them who my favorite was. So this year I had 3 favorites. Thank you for stopping by. Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Until the next video, bye.